Hi everyone, Einat Kessler here with a new video tutorial, and today I'm going to show you how to make a hide and seek heart card, which is really cool. You have a link to all the measurements in the description under the video. You can go ahead and download that for free. So we're going to start with our base and fold it in half. Pretty easy. Then we're going to work on one half to create our hide and seek. I'm going to flip it, and then I'm going to start measuring. First I'm going to measure the frame. So I'm going to measure 3/4 from the right and left edges, and then just draw a line. And then I'm going to measure 1 inch from the top and the bottom, and again draw a line. So basically I have a frame. It is now drawn. Next I want to measure on the inside of the frame every 1/4 of an inch. So just mark a little line every 1/4 of an inch inside the frame only. So basically we are marking from the top to bottom along the length of the frame. Every 1/4 of an inch. And then we're going to draw straight lines. And this is going to basically be our shutter or our lattice that is going to be hiding the effect. This is going to be the hide in the hide and seek card. I'm sure it's going to make sense in just a minute. So I'm just drawing the lines. Always draw 2 points to make a straight line. Almost done with the drawing. And then we are going to, this is how it looks. We're going to bring a ruler and a craft knife and cut along those lines. So basically we need to cut along each line that we just drew with a pencil. It's best to do it with a craft knife. Scissors will just be too complicated and probably not straight, and then you'll have to insert the scissors inside in between the drawn lines, and I assure you that it will be much easier to do it with a craft knife and a ruler. So just finish cutting along all the lines that we just drew, and then we're just going to cut out every other strip. So basically what we have now are strips of paper, and we're going to take out every other strip of papers that we cut. Okay, so I am almost done with cutting the lines. So this is what we have now. Now we are going to cut every other 1/4 of an inch. So we're going to start from the top and cut vertically between the first and second lines, and then we're going to skip one and continue. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side, and then we'll have the lattice ready. So it's going to make sense in just a minute, I promise. So again, cut every other strip vertically at the end where the vertical line is drawn. So now you're going to see what I mean when I say every other strip. You see? So now we almost have like a shutter. Next we're going to cut the frame for the front of the hide and seek mechanism. So basically what we're going to do is exactly the same thing we did with our black cardstock. We're going to mark 3/4 of an inch from the right and the left, and 1 inch from the top and the bottom. And then we're going to cut slightly less than the line that we drew, because we always want to, when we use cover papers, we always want to leave that little black margin so it will look really pretty. So by making the frame very slightly narrower than the black frame, we're going to achieve just that. So measure as usual 3/4 from the right and the left edges and 1 inch from the top and the bottom, but when you cut it out, cut slightly narrower. So instead of 3/4 of an inch, take maybe 1/16 of an inch less, so the frame will be a little bit more narrow. Hope that makes sense. So just cut out along the lines that you drew, again slightly, very slightly smaller or narrower, and then you'll have your frame ready. Okay, don't throw that piece that you cut out, we're going to need it. So you see, now it looks really pretty with that black margin around the edges. Okay, next we are going to start working on the mechanism, the one that's going to be pulled, and we're going to take our white cardstock and insert it under the lattice. So the last thing we need to do is then cut on the edge there, which I forgot. So we're going to insert that white cardstock under the lattice like this. It is supposed to be longer because we're later going to create a pulling tab, and then align it about 1/4 of an inch after the last strip, and then cut 2 pieces of, just change the direction because I realized it was the wrong direction. The black cardstock was folded the wrong way. So again, insert the white cardstock under the lattice and align it about 1/4 of an inch below the last strip. Okay, like this, about 1/4 of an inch, like this. So then take 2 pieces of foam tape. Make sure they're not too thick. They should fit exactly on that white space under or below the last black strip. Attach those 2 foam tape pieces on the white cardstock, and this will be as a stopper. When you pull the white cardstock up, those 2 foam tape pieces will stop it from completely going out of the lattice. Then cut 2 more foam tape pieces and attach them to the black cardstock this time on the bottom, aligning them with the bottom edge like this. This will be the stopper on the other side. So first we have the stopper when we pull up, then we need a stopper when we pull down or we push down. So this should be about like this. So when you push down the white cardstock, it should reach exactly half, or mostly, or approximately, sorry, 1/2 an inch. So that is where you should put your foam tape pieces. And that will give us the movement that we need for the hide and seek. Now we're going to take the piece that we cut out before, the piece of pattern paper that we cut out of the frame, and we're going to cut out a heart shape. You can use a template. I'm just going to eyeball it. It should fit inside the window like this, not too wide and not too small. Then you're going to align your white cardstock with the right position that you need. Namely, it should be completely pushed up like this. So until you are stopped by the foam tape pieces. So push it up or pull it until you are stopped, and then align the heart paper in the center and simply trace the shape, but only on the white cardstock. You don't need to trace it on the black strips, only on the white cardstock. Just trace around it. The next step is to complete the lines according to the strips. So basically what you need to do is trace the edges of the strips with the pencil along the shape of the heart. Then you can pull the white cardstock out, and I'll show you how to paint this. So this is what you have. We have a stripped heart. We're going to start with coloring the red parts. So the red parts start from the top, and then all the shapes that you see should be colored in red. So you can just use a marker. That's what I'm using to color all the strips, the shapes, in red. So I have two tips. One is thicker, so it's easier to use that for coloring, especially coloring a shape like that. So you go ahead and you color all those shapes in red. Next, you need a black marker to color the other, the remaining parts of the heart, which I'm going to show you how. Okay, just making sure it is completely painted. Okay, now for the black parts. So the black parts are basically everything that we didn't paint red. So that is all the strips in between the red strips. So now they're white, they should be colored in black. Of course, you need to keep the heart of the shape of the heart. So basically you need to color all the white strips in between the red strips with a black marker. If you're wondering why I'm not doing this with a paper, that is because the paper is going to get stuck when we pull and push the white cardstock for the hide and seek effect. So you need something that is completely smooth. If you start attaching pieces of black or red cardstock on the white cardstock, it will not work. I'm just going to take a very thin black pen to go around the heart with a black line, just to give it a shape and a border and a definition. This is how your heart should look. And now you're basically almost ready for that really cool hide and seek effect. Just going around the heart. Okay. So your heart is done. Next, we're going to insert it back to position under the lattice like this. Okay, see? Now it works. Isn't that cool? So basically what is happening is that the black strips of the cardstock are hiding the red color, and when you pull up the white cardstock, then it moves and reveals the red strips. So that's the hide and seek effect. Now apply foam tape only to the right and left sides of your frame. Remember, this goes on top of our hide and seek mechanism, so we need to pull that white cardstock. We can't have anything glued to it, not on the bottom and not on the top. That's why we only put the foam tape on the side. Now remove the foam tape backing from the white cardstock and instead just glue on plain paper. We need the volume of the foam tape, but we can't have it stick to anything because the white cardstock needs to move. That's why we cover it with plain paper. We eliminate the adhesive part of the foam tape. Now remove the backing from all the other foam tape pieces, including the ones on the black cardstock, which we do want to attach, which I forgot to remove, but it will hold anyway. It's okay. And now I'm going to just cut that wide piece of white cardstock into a much smaller pulling tab. You can leave the entire width of the white paper if you want to. I'm just going to cut it because it's too wide for me. Really hope you like this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Not new, very old channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video so you won't miss anything, and you'll be able to follow all the tutorials and make all these cool projects. Don't forget to cover this mechanism from the back with the extra pattern paper piece. Again, you have all the measurements in the cutting guide that you can download from a link under the video in the description. Oops, it's okay. So now our card is ready. I really love how it turned out. Hope you like it too. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time.